It has been a long road to this point in the season, but we are officially down to 2. It's Game 1 of the World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show.
It's the moment these players have been waiting for. Game 1 of the Fall Classic is on the show, and it's coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Chicago Cubs.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. With that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, Matt, I think the cleanup hitter might be the difference maker in this game. He's coming off a game in which he hit a home run and drove in 4. He looked real comfortable at the plate. He has to be feeling good, so I'd be cautious if I were the opposing pitcher.
Jake Arrieta gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, Matty, he'll look to build off of his last start where he got the win and only allowed 1 run.
And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this former USD Torero, Chris Bryant, one of the best in the game offensively, doesn't get a lot of accolades for his defense, though. Can play any one.
Dexter Fowler will stand in now for the first time here in this World Series, and he's a guy this club really needs to get going.
Yeah, it's been a tough October for him so far. He just seemed a little overmatched in the games that we've watched. It looks like he's just trying too hard, and sometimes that just puts more pressure on you.
Hey, let's go right here.
A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. Bones is there to make the catch, and it's a 1-pitch out to start the home first.
Batting second, the shortstop, Addison Russell.
Boof Bones will stand in for the first time here in this World Series, and you see the numbers. He's been as hot as anybody around.
Maybe the hottest hitter on the ball club through the first few rounds. If he can keep it going here in the World Series, I think they're going to have a good shot at going all the way.
Come on now, 1 pitch right here.
Arrieta into the windup. Here's the first pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Schwarber has a play, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now, that'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. He's got to be thinking he let one get away there because, that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Boof Bones is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Hey, come on, big dog, get your pitch.
Arrieta's ready. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. drifting toward the third base dugout. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Now after the 4-run inning, we'll get to see if he approaches things any differently now that...
Boof Bones will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run, that's it.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around first, on his way to second now. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. And he will make it back to second and be content with holding on there.
Well, he's right on the fastball here. You get a look. He gets that bat head out front and just rips this ball into the alley and right. Gets the inning started with a nice leadoff double.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily. Dustin Pedroia will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
Hey, be patient. Get your pitch, huh?
And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full.
Well, it's just game 1 of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
Popped high in the air. Rizzo is under it near the mound. And that's the second out of the inning.
Oh, and that's a big pitch right there to get that pop-up. That keeps the runner stuck tight to third base. And now with 2 away, your chances of getting that run home just took a big hit.
2 men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th. And stepping in now is the catcher, Miguel Montero.
Hey, tee it up. Drive it the other way. Let's go, big dog.
Hey, one time, right now, kid. Here we go.
High in the air and deep to left center field. Back goes Fowler, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. In to score is the runner from third. That makes it a 7-2 game.
That's all about picking.
Stepping in and ready for another shot. Boof Bones, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
You know, he's just flat out a better hitter from the left side. He's a switch hitter, but it's no secret. This is his favorite side to hit from.
Into the seats, 0-1. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. His first homer here in the series. And that lead is trimmed to 7-5 here.
And this is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing. And sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
So a crucial moment here and standing in. Boof Bones, but a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1.
You know, sometimes guys get caught up in thinking about being the big hero. The key here, though, is just keep it simple. See the ball, hit the ball. Usually the best results come with that mindset.
And he is in there. But not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Starting to chip away at that lead right now. He picks up his second and third RBIs of the game, and this ball game just got a little tight.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in now in what could be one of the bigger at-bats of the ball game.
And what he has to do right here is put his 0 for 4 out of his mind. He hasn't had the greatest of performances to this point in the game, but he could make up for it with a big hit right here.
Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. That's lifted the other way out to left. Bach is there, makes the play, one away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. So striding in, Dustin Pedroia, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Soler is there, and there are two men gone now. And he'll take those extra 90 feet, so put runners at the corners now with two gone in the inning.
I'm sure he'd like to have another shot at that pitch. But
so stepping in, Miguel Montero, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Now a swing, and he pops him up, and this should do it. And he'll put this one away without much trouble, and the Cubs have started this World Series on the right foot. They're victorious here at home as this ball game is over.
Yeah, you know, that run in the bottom of the eighth turned out to be the difference maker, as they're able to hold on here and get this win in a squeaker.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim one-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Sometimes guys get caught up in the pressure of the World Series and their performance suffers, but he was obviously not rattled out there, and he came through in a big way.
Here now is the final.
So that'll The opener was everything we could have asked for, and now this building stretched to capacity. Game 2 of the World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, an important ball game coming up here in Game 2.
Yeah, and you see a really good start for the home side. They did what they needed to do in the opening game of this series. And the crowd, that made a huge difference. They were behind their guys all the way, and boy, oh boy, were they loud. And I've got a feeling that not much is going to change here in game number 2.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Chicago Cubs.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. with that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Eric, who stands out to you?
Yeah, when he's going good, there are few guys as fun to watch as Hanley Ramirez. He's a catalyst for this offense when his bat is hot. Just needs to keep having good at-bats.
John Lester is on the mound for Game 2. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he was not real effective in his last start. He gave up 9 hits. Going to have to limit that here in this one.
And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this former USD Torero, Chris Bryant, one of the best in the game offensively, doesn't get a lot of accolades for his defense, though. Can play any role.
Booth Bones will stand in now for the first time, coming off, well, nothing short of a dynamic performance last time out.
Well, it makes you wonder how they're going to attack him here in this game. I would bet that they're a lot more cautious with him.
Come on, big guy, get your pitch, huh? Let her rip, let her rip.
Into the seats, 0-1. Lester has his target. Here it is on 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Soler is there. Makes the play, 1 away.
Batting fifth, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Chris Bryant will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Grounded to third. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. So they pick up 3 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We've played 2 full. It's the Cubs 3 and the Red Sox 1. Striding into the box, Booth Bones. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
Lester into his motion. First pitch on its way. Hard liner toward short. Leaps high as he makes the catch. Well done.
Oh, you know this ball had base hit written all over it. And for as hard as it was hit, it may have even made it into the alley. But that's a nice job at short to get all the way up there and just pull this thing down.
Jorge Soler stands in, was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip. Price into his motion. Here's the 0-1. Hit to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hang on to a 3-1 lead. Booth Bones will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. He'll take the turn and head for second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. The relay throw, but he is in there with a triple.
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Down by 2, you don't want to take too many chances on the bases, but that's good hustle there to get all the way into third base on the triple. Now, that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Hey,
Xander Bogaerts comes to the plate now, representing the potential tying run.
Well, if he gets a pitch to drive right here, you can bet that he's going to give it a rip. But at the very least, they need a productive AB out of him right here.
And that misses ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
It's been a great start for him to this point. into the 7th inning of work now, and that's just the first walk he's allowed so far. So maybe not a red flag just yet, but it is.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
There he goes. Pitches a cold strike. The throw not in time as he steals second. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score.
Hey, you can do it. No one better. Let's go.
Line softly toward the hole. Throw on to first to be in time, but meanwhile the lead shrinks to 1 here on the RBI ground ball.
Well, this is going to get him a run closer. A simple ground ball here plates the runner from third, and we're back now to a 1-run game.
Booth Bones tripled and scored in his last at-bat, and we'll see how he follows it up here.
Yeah, he already got to show off those wheels, so let's see if he can make it happen again in this at-bat.
Launched to right field and deep. So they're going back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double. And he is in there.
You know, I wasn't quite sure where this ball was going to come down. You can see he just drives this one up into the night sky. During the daytime, maybe it's out of here. But at night, this one's going to bounce off the...
Xander Bogaerts will stand in now. And, hey, give these guys credit. They're not going down without a fight.
I'll tell you what, they're not too far away from making a game out of this one after all.
Smoked on the ground left side. And that's through into left, a base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. And not in time as the second run scores. And on the play, the runner... And, guys, the Cubs were given an excellent outing on the mound here by this man, John Lester. What a performance he turned in. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian.